No, it's looking like a winter wonderland out there, but that snow's gonna be sticking around for a minute because it's definitely going to be very, very cold these next few days.
Yes, that's right, Lauren. Very cold out there. And the one downside to it being cold is that snow and sleet kind of sticks around for a little bit longer, and the roads take a hard time to kind of improve out there. In fact, I kind of want to give you just a little traffic update. This is Interstate 40. There's actually been multiple accidents along I-40, not just earlier today, but really within the last few hours. This is really the biggest one. This is actually at the Coal Hill exit. Of course, I kind of wanted to zoom out for me, but yes, it's Coal Hill exit 47 there. That's at I-40 looking to the eastbound lane. So definitely a big slowdown. I'm not sure if traffic is completely shut down. The interstate is, but just want to give you a heads up there. Also want to give you a heads up. It's very cold out there. If you didn't already notice, wind chills right now. Feels like 8 in Ozark, feels like 9 in Fort Smith. Feels like 4 in Southall, but definitely colder in Northwest Arkansas, where we're feeling like -3 in Huntsville and feeling like 7 from Bentonville to Eureka Springs. Very cold out there. In fact, tomorrow's high temperatures, they're only going to be getting up into those 20s across Northwest Arkansas, and even those middle to upper 20s across the river valley. So it's going to be a very cold day. We'll get to talk about that cold day, even talk about some snow totals from this weekend's past winter storm.
Ice is not something, especially with the freezing temperatures still in play, that we can handle, incredibly quickly. And so we're still encouraging people, if you don't have to get out on the road, please don't.
That was Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders speaking tonight about the dangerous road conditions still out there. This is video from earlier tonight on westbound I-40 near the Oklahoma state line. An 18-wheeler jackknifed, slowing traffic down for several hours. We have 5 News reporter Bo Russell out tonight in our 5 News Storm Chaser. He's in Benton County on the highways leading to X&A. Bo, how are things looking for anyone needing to catch a flight tomorrow morning, maybe?
Lauren, yeah, I've been I forgot the term already. Happily surprised that the roads seem to be pretty clear, at least the highways on I-49. We're on Highway 112, I'll show you right here, heading right through downtown Cave Springs, and they've done a pretty good job. That's what I was going to say. RDOT's done a pretty good job of clearing these roads up, but just because the snow seems like it might not be as high as it was before, maybe you can't see the ice, but it's still there. The ice is still there. Snow's still compact, and we took video earlier today, if we can show it now. A ton of cars getting stuck in snow, especially on College Ave in Fayetteville. I think we drove past 3 or 4 cars that were just kind of stuck off the side of the road in snowbanks. It seems like you can get through it, but then maybe your car just can't. Maybe it doesn't have 4-wheel drive, whatever the issue might be. So you really want to be careful if you have to get out, if you have to be driving on the roads. Now, I know tomorrow a lot of people have gotten work off already. I know my beautiful girlfriend, she has the day off. Jossie, hello. She gets to stay inside with the keys, keep them.
Well, winter weather is affecting more than just roads and travel. Some local preschools have closed, leaving families looking for other childcare options. 5 News reporter Laura Castleman spoke with a preschool worker and members of the community about how they're handling the situation down there.
That's right. Icy roads and freezing conditions have already closed many schools and preschools here in Fort Smith, and that's leaving parents scrambling looking for last-minute childcare. Gabriella Denza works at a local preschool here in Fort Smith. She also drives a van to pick up and drop off students.
I could not imagine trying to drive on the roads, especially with precious cargo. It's not safe.
Denza says her preschool follows Fort Smith School District closures, so she's free Monday, but that's not the same story for all parents.
We have a lot of families who are in healthcare and they don't get the opportunity to stay home.
Sebastian County Management Travis Cooper says these conditions may stay a while, but road crews are hard at work.
It's going to be a battle for our road crews throughout today into tomorrow.
With around 6 road crews working at a time around the clock, Cooper advises you to stay home if you can.
Making sure that if there's alternate routes that's more level, go ahead and take those alternate routes. If the plow trucks are out and about on 2-lane roads, just take your time and be patient.
If you ain't got to get out in it, don't get out. You got 4-wheel drive, it's a little bit better. Drive slow, be responsible.
Johnny Smith and his family are making the most of the winter weather.
So we just took the opportunity today to come out with the laundry basket.
Smith says even though he hasn't had any issues, the roads can still be dangerous.
I definitely would not want to be going out on the main roads. I have a good vehicle. It's got a lot of tread on it, but it still worried me.
The message for many is to use caution, limit travel, and remember icy roads are dangerous for any kind of driver. Live in Fort Smith, covering news where you live, Laura Castleman, 5 News.
All right, Laura, thanks. Washington County's entire fleet of trucks have been hard at work to clear highways and overpasses. Since Friday evening, crews have continued to plow snow and apply an ice slicer product to combat the conditions on roads, with conditions worse than yesterday. Washington County Judge Patrick Deacon says conditions can change quickly and to always be prepared.
Whatever we melt will refreeze overnight. This is an iterative process, and so never trust the traction or any false sense of security you've gained in your car. It's going to be different every time you get out.
Judge Deakins also said that as long as the cold weather sticks around, so will the teams clearing those roads. And conditions on highways like I-40 have been dangerous since the storm hit. Reporter Nate Benson with our sister station in Buffalo has been helping us out in the River Valley all weekend and has this from Crawford County.
Here at the Arkansas Welcome Center along I-40, there's not much welcoming to be had, and we can thank Mother Nature for that. Residents in Van Buren woke up to a thick layer of sleet and snow that hardened overnight into hard pack that slowed traffic down around the I-40 corridor. Easton Sill is the Arkansas Welcome Center attendant, and he spent
almost 3 years
as one of the people that tends to the building and welcomes travelers to the natural state. And on a regular Sunday afternoon along I-40,
it's going to be pretty busy. You're going to have people, especially around lunchtime, right about now, coming in and out.
But thanks to this winter storm,
now it's a ghost town. Yep.
In fact,
y'all are the only people that's pulled in that parking lot all day, so
I'm glad we can, be welcomed by you. I think that's fantastic. Plows worked all through Sunday morning and afternoon trying to clear at least one lane of I-40 to make it passable, but with so much sleet, snow, and ice mixed together, clearing it won't be easy. And while the skies cleared up Sunday afternoon, and even the sun came out and said hello, some tractor trailers and intrepid travelers did venture out to I-40. However, you should assume that the roads are tricky in parts, even for the most experienced winter drivers.
Yeah, I wouldn't advise getting on them if you don't have to, so yeah, all that sleet packed down on there, I guess they're having a hard time getting it scraped off there. I figure it's going to be a few days before they get the road, completely clear of any kind of snow or sleet.
RDOT crews will be working through the overnight to try and clear all the major roadways here in northwest Arkansas. I'm Nate Benson. Back to you.
This extreme cold weather is always concerning for homeowners, especially when it comes to staying warm. 5 News anchor Darren Bobb tells us natural gas utilities like Black Hills Energy in northwest Arkansas say they're ready.
Our operations crews work all year long to prepare for winter weather, so we're always ready.
Robin Mizell with Black Hills Energy says the company has spent quite a bit of money over the past several months on new equipment and maintenance to make sure there are no outages or service interruptions. In other words, making sure the natural gas supply doesn't run out.
Our team members who work with our gas suppliers, every day, but especially in what we call these peak load days, they're definitely in tune and stay on top of things. And we're having daily meetings and talking with our large volume customers, and so we're ready.
And those customers where the company has had some service challenges in the past?
We have focused on those communities to where we're prepared for this.
Mizell says you can help make this whole situation a lot easier.
We do ask customers just to pay attention with conservation at their own homes. So
don't set your thermostat on 90.
As much as we would like to, we have some energy efficiency tips, really, so it helps you, your bill, so you're not in shock.
Covering news where you live, I'm Darren Bobb, 5 News.
Well, the road conditions are worse today than they were yesterday. We're hearing from Dave Parker of RDOT to know what we can expect for conditions into tomorrow. Dave, can you kind of give us an update? What's the latest? What are the highways looking like right now? I think we're having some issues with Dave there. We'll try to get back to him here in a second. But while many stayed inside and warm today, others felt the call of the wild. Earlier today in Siloam Springs, 5 News reporter Bo Russell encountered a flock of polar plungers and documented the rare phenomenon.
The Arkansas polar plunger is a unique creature. Despite below freezing temperatures, they desire to be
miserable for a few minutes
and engage in reverse hibernation. The polar plungers are led by Nathaniel Stone.
5 years ago, it's just me and a friend that came down here, and we jumped in.
What started as a duo would soon grow into a tribe, with maybe some help from a little coercion.
And the next year, I brought all my employees down that were willing to do it.
Now, a fully formed flock of plungers, they all convene in Siloam Springs for reasons of their own.
Impulse.
It's exciting.
Every 65-year-old should do it.
I thought some church guys were going to be out here, but they all chickened out, so.
Whatever their reasoning.
You feel good for a week or so after. You feel like you're glowing.
The polar plungers seem to thrive outside their natural habitat. Bo Russell, 5 News.
This is the last place I'd want to be right now, but Dave is finally back with us. That was just a test. That was supposed to happen, definitely. Dave, can you tell us what are roads looking like right now and how are crews going to move things into tonight?
Roads are looking a lot better than this morning. You know, we a little discouraged this morning because we had taken a step back. All that snow and sleet we got Saturday night kind of wiped away all the work we did Saturday. So a lot better. We've got passable lanes on the interstate highways. You know, that was our goal. We got into some of the secondary roads, the 2-lane highways, lesser travel, but still very important. So we feel good going into tonight. Tonight we are hunkering down. We are inside. We are repairing equipment, spending time doing that. We're replenishing our supplies, and then we'll get a second wave of workers coming in 4, 5, 6 o'clock, and we'll get back out there and start plowing again and moving stuff away. But feeling a lot better about things right now.
Dave, what kind of challenges is this storm bringing for your team?
Every single, I mean, you mentioned a challenge. I mean, it's bitter cold. Tomorrow morning's going to be a single digit, brutal wind chill. We've had a long storm. It's lasted since really pre-treating since Wednesday, Thursday, Friday it hit, and it's not over yet, you know, yet. I mean, we've had every kind of precipitation, freezing rain, sleet, snow, of course. I mean, everything. You know, the only good thing is that it started out on the weekend when we had fewer people on the road. But yeah, it's been a little bit of everything, a very tough storm.
Come Monday tomorrow, kind of what can you tell us? What kind of advice can you give us for drivers out on the road that maybe have to leave their houses tomorrow morning?
You know, really, people are wanting to get out. Some have to go back to work. I understand that, but please allow more time. You know, I keep saying double your time, 15 to 30 to an hour. What's the problem if you get to work, you know, 20 minutes early to get there in a safe manner? So I'm worried a little bit about the rush, people thinking, okay, it's all back to normal. We still got a lot of slick spots out there, on and off ramps, need some work, secondary roads. Getting out of your neighborhood's probably going to be your biggest challenge tomorrow. So allow for that time.
All right, Dave, thank you again for being with us all throughout this last 2 days and giving us the latest. We appreciate it.